Hello everyone, my name is Jitendra Bapna. Welcome to my MuleSoft and AI episode. This is episode 4 where we will going to see how we can create a MCP instance, how we can create a Omni Gateway. We will talk about the private space, right? So let's get started. I will log into my Anypoint platform. So this is my Anypoint platform. I already created a private space. So the CloudHub 2.0 support a private space. So it's kind of virtual space, isolated space where you can run or deploy your application. So for creating the private space, you require a CIDR mask, which is classless interdynamic routing. In my case, I've given the CIDR mask of 10.1.0.0/24, which will provide a 256 IP addresses, right? Then it also have, like, once we create a private space, there are two things you need to select. First, you have to provide the name, and then you have to select the region, then you have to select the CIDR mask. These are the things you need to provide from your end, right? So once, like, it almost take 30 minutes for your private space to get ready. Once private space is ready, it will provide a public DNS target. So it's a public DNS. Then it will also provide a private DNS target, right? Then it is also providing 3 inbound static IP and 3 outbound static IPs. Why 3? So generally, if you see in each region, there can be one or more, like, two or more availability zone basically, right? So in that particular region, if there is a 2 availability zone, then it will provide 2 static IP. If 3 availability zone, it will provide 3 inbound and 3 outbound static IP addresses. In this case, if you see, we have installed or we have set up the private space in the US East 1 region, right? So inbound static IP, we have a 3 inbound static IP. One represent one availability zone basically. Second represents second availability zone. Third represent third availability zone. Similar concept for the outbound static IP. 50, one represent one availability zone. Second availability zone. Third availability zone. Right, there is one concept in CloudHub 1.0, like static IP addresses, right? Whenever we want to communicate with external application, where there is some kind of whitelisting IP address we need to do, right? So in that case, we are enabling the like static IP addresses on the application deployed to the CloudHub 1.0, and we provide that static IP to the third party to just whitelist, so we can connect to their system. But here in that case, like, if you want to do such kind of settings, right, if you want to connect some application where there's just some kind of firewall and we need to whitelist those IP addresses, you need to provide outbound static IP addresses, so they can, like, outbound all these 3 static IP addresses. Here we don't have to configure on the application level, right? Okay, so that is all about the private space. Now, we in the previous video we have created one application, right? Like, we have created Salesforce system MCP server, right? So where we expose some tools basically, like the tools for creating the account, for retrieving the account, like for creating the contact, for searching the accounts, right? So I will suggest, like, you just watch that particular video how we have created the tool. Now I have deployed that particular application on the CloudHub 2.0 in the private space. So if you see, this is the application I had deployed it, right? So if you see, like, it's deployed in the private space. This is the name of my private space. I deployed into the private space. It also have a public and the private endpoint. So by default, it will provide the public and the private endpoint, right? So this application is already deployed within the private space, right? So let me copy this application URL, right? And let me go to the inspector, MCP inspector, which I have shown you in previous video. Let me close this. Let me close this. Okay, let me start the new inspector. So that is nothing, that is the MCP inspector. Okay, let me run that. I have already shown you how you can run this utility. So here you use the streamable API, and here I will change this URL. So this is like, I will just remove everything. I will change this URL. So let me copy this again. I am not able to copy it. So I will just copy this, or simply I will click here, right? I will copy from here. Okay, so next thing, like, again I can go back to my MCP inspector. Just I will provide this URL and I will complete this URL. At the end, like, I have to give a base path, a Salesforce, or like resource path MCP. right? Via proxy connect, let's see. So it is able to connect, right? And you can see like it providing the tools and everything, list tool. So these are the tools we have it, right? So it already provided search account, list accounts, get single account, like those kind of things basically, right? But like if you see this particular endpoint is not authenticated, like we are not able to apply any kind of policy, and it is accessible publicly basically, right? So we don't want to do that, like without applying any kind of authentication or authorization. We don't want to directly access our MCP server. You can see it able to discover all the tools available with that particular MCP server, right? How we can avoid that? So we have a concept like in AP, like whenever we publish the API, right, we are creating the API instance on the top of that, right, via API manager. Same thing we can do for the MCP server also. So now what I will do, the first thing, I will make this application as a private basically, right? I will make this application as a private. So like for making the application private, just remove the public endpoint. So this is my public endpoint, right? And I will just keep my internal endpoint, right? So this is my internal endpoint. I will just do the apply changes. So now this application will be not accessible over the internet, right? So okay, so let me just duplicate this. So now I can go back to my API manager. Okay, here I can select my sandbox. So here, like if you see, I click on add, and not add, sorry, agent and tool instances. I click on add, so you can just create a MCP server instance, but here it need a Omni Gateway, right? So here it needs some kind of Omni Gateway basically. So for that first step, we need to create a Omni Gateway. So Omni Gateway, formerly known as a Flex Gateway, now it has been renamed as a Omni Gateway. I will just under the runtime manager, you can find the Omni Gateway, right? So here you have a two type of Omni Gateway, managed and the self-managed Omni Gateway. Self-managed Omni Gateway means like you have to bring your own infrastructure where you can set up the self-managed Omni Gateway. So it can be on Linux container, and container it support various container options, Docker and Podman. We have a Kubernetes, then we have a OpenShift, right? In Linux it support like Ubuntu, Debian, Amazon Linux 2020, RHEL and CentOS. But we will not going with a this particular self-managed Omni Gateway. We will use the managed Omni Gateway. So we have an option like for creating the managed Omni Gateway where you don't have to worry about any infrastructure. You don't have to bring your own infrastructure, right? You don't have to worry about anything. Like it will be or taken care by the MuleSoft. So you just simply click on add Omni Gateway. Here you can just give the name of Jitendra, something like that, sandbox GW. So here I am just selecting the private space. You can create in the shared space also, but why I am selecting the private space? So right now my application deployed, right, which have a private endpoint, which cannot be accessible by any which cannot be accessible by publicly basically, right, which will be not accessible publicly, as simple as that. So now what I will do, I will create a gateway. The gateway will give a private and public endpoint both, but this gateway I will create in the private space. So the any application deployed in the private space, they can communicate with each other. So this Omni Gateway and my MuleSoft application, which is MCP enabled, they both are in the same private space, so they can communicate with each other on the private endpoints, right? I will just select target as a private space. Then long-term support, I will just go with a small Omni Gateway and just save and deploy. It will take 2-3 minutes and my Omni Gateway will be ready, right? So let's see if my application is deployed. So it will be just a private public endpoint. I will just copy this. Okay. So let me see if my application is deployed. This application is still deploying. So deploying is nothing like we have just removed this public endpoint here, right? So let's see my Omni Gateway is deployed or not. It will take few minutes and it will be ready. Okay, and once Omni Gateway is ready, it give a two endpoint, public endpoint and the private endpoint. So like my client can send a request to this public endpoint, and my Omni Gateway and the MuleSoft application both exist in the same private space. So whatever request coming in, they can communicate basically, because they are within the same private network basically, right? So they can communicate with each other. So let me go back to my applications. So it is still deploying. My gateway is also deploying, right? So once it is ready, So we will create this agent instance. Now I have created the Omni Gateway, but I still need to secure my API basically, right? I still need to secure this particular API, right? So how I can do that? So for that I need to create a MCP instance. So I'm waiting for my Omni Gateway to get deployed. Once it is deployed, we will going to create a MCP instance, and then we can apply the policies. See, now my gateway is up and running, right? If you go application and Omni Gateway, it should be running, right? So it's running. It took hardly 1 or 2 minutes for my Omni Gateway to come up. Okay. So here you can see like some key metrics, says like everything basically, like so whatever request coming through Omni Gateway, you can see it. Yeah, you can see what are the APIs there. You can see the logs. There are settings. If you want to change any setting, like this or this, you can do that. Then you have a runtime configuration here, like what tracing you need, like you need to enable the tracing, like you can do that. You can say provider, like those kind of things. Then you can see logging. We have a circuit breaker patterns, like properties, so you can apply the circuit breaker patterns also here basically. Okay, so this is my Omni Gateway has completed. So let me go back to my API instance here. So I will go back to again agent and tool instance. I'll say add MCP server. I will select this Omni Gateway, then I will just say next. Here like you can register the new MCP server. Okay, so I will just say Salesforce system MCP, that's it. I will just say next. Then also you will need the endpoint of your application, so that is the private endpoint. So how can you get the private endpoint? You go to the ingress. Under ingress, you can get it from here, or you can just copy this, or on the application you can get this. Okay, this is the private endpoint. You can see dot internal. Okay, so now like you want any base path, or I for now I will not keep any base path, right? So I will just say Salesforce MCP server. In advanced options, or like I don't want anything. If you want to give a consumer, we will set up the consumer URL later. Just say next. So here I will just say what is the upstream URL. So this is my upstream URL. One thing you need to make sure, this URL always end with slash. This is the requirement, make sure, right? Here I can just say Salesforce MCP route, and here I can just say Salesforce MCP upstream label, or upstream, that's enough. Okay, so I'm just saying send 100% traffic to it, right? And just say next. Some space or something. Yeah, there was a space at the end. Next. And route 100% traffic, save and deployed. So let me go back to my inspector, and like instead of that I will use my private URL, and let's see if we are able to I will just okay, let me do one thing. I just provided private endpoint here. Okay, let's see, reconnect. It is not able to reconnect it, right? So let me copy this. Something is not working here. Let me close this. Okay, let me terminate this. Okay, I want to show you from scratch. Instead of that, I will paste the internal URL. Just say connect. See, it is not able to connect basically. Like I click on connect, still it is showing disconnected, right? Or maybe let's try again. Right, it is not able to connect basically, right? Okay, let's see now. Go back to our agent and tool instance, right? So let me first do one thing. Let me go back to my Omni Gateway. Let me get the URL. Now this is my public endpoint. I will copy this. I will go back to my MCP instance. I will go to settings, and I will set this as a consumer endpoint, right? It is still deploying. Okay, so this will be my consumer endpoint, and we will going to use this URL now. Okay, save and apply. Okay, so let me go back there and just remove everything. Okay, and right, so this is my Omni Gateway URL. Then I can give Salesforce/MCP. So that is the my URL. Okay, let's wait till it's get deployed. I think it should get deployed, and now let me connect. Okay, so now it is got connected. It got connected, you can see, right? So via Omni Gateway it's able to connected. I can list the tool, so you can see all the tools and everything. I can test it also, so I can test one simple thing, like, you know, so create account. So I can say the two industry. Okay, so I will keep simple, nothing else. Just I will go and just run tool. We got a successful response back, and you can see it here, right? Yeah, so like, yeah, that's what like we want to do. We are able to create a MCP instance. In next video we're going to see how we can apply PI detection policies and like client ID enforcement policy. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.